Hi there, Sandra here. Today I'm using Shortcut Slot 6 to show you something which is new to Shortcut Slot but which is very handy if particularly you're making a lot of stickers and you like to cut your stickers out individually rather than leave them on sheets, but at the same time you want to make them easy to peel. So I've got some stickers put on my mat here, and you can probably see, at least I hope you can see, that there are two lines around each sticker. And I'm just going to switch the print off so that this is far more obvious. And yes, I know that some of them are joining because I'm not actually going to physically cut these out. I just want to explain something to you. So the idea is that we cut the red lines completely through the paper, the backing, the whole lot, and that this black line has a lower pressure and is therefore kiss cut. Basically, kiss cut means to cut through the top layer, leaving your backing layer in place. So in other software, this can be quite difficult to manage. In Shortcut Slot, it is pretty easy these days. What we have over here are cut settings, and you can see I have a cut line type which says score. And if we come to the cutter settings here, and you can see I've got it set up to WYSIWYG or WYSIWYG, and I've got use software speed and force. That is important. But here you can see that I've got my cut line set, and I've got a force of 20. Now I could put it up to say 40 or 30, whatever's going to cut through my particular medium. But then I have a score force label on here as well. And if I set one of these layers to score, like I have over here, then it's going to automatically use the score force for that layer. So it will see that you have one pressure or one force set for your outer cuts, and then a different one for the other layer, which you only want to kiss cut. And so you just send it to your cutter and off it goes, it does it, and you have your two different cuts. Now, obviously, you need to have some idea of what your settings are for your material. So I do recommend that you do a couple of kiss cuts on your material first, make a note of the settings for future use, and then you'll have a pretty good idea of what settings you need to use at a later date. But that makes it very easy for you to do. Now, personally, I don't cut through my sticker backing if I'm making stickers. I usually want to leave them all on the sheet and just pick off the sticker. So I don't tend to use it for that. I would use the score maybe just because it happens to be the right setting, for example, to do a kiss cut, but I wouldn't be using it on stickers in this particular instance. It's not something that I choose to do. But if you do want your stickers individually cut out, you can do it. Now, a word of caution, obviously, if you're doing this with your stickers, you need to have them spaced far enough apart that you don't get this effect. My stickers were not designed to have this double line on them. They already had an offset, and I just put another offset onto them. So you do need to make sure your stickers are spaced far enough apart that your lines are not going to collide. Other than that, easy peasy, job done. The most likely thing that I would be doing with score lines, and I'm just going to get rid of my print and cut registration marks there, is if I'm making a greeting card, and I would literally just draw my greeting card shape, select that, and give that whatever cut I wanted. So you would have that one set at one force, and then if we go to the library and shapes, we can have a line here. And the way I make my lines bigger is just by using the arrows. I find I'm less likely to accidentally angle it if I do it that way. So I would have my line, and I generally change my score lines to a bright pink so that I know they are supposed to be scored. Select both of them, use the position and size to center it to the selection. And then this one here, I would select, I would go to my wrench and I would click on score. So that one would come up with my score setting rather than a cut. But that's the way I would probably use it the most, as score lines for either cards or boxes, those sorts of things. So there we go. That is the scoring function and how it can be really, really useful and is easy enough to operate in Shortcuts a lot.